Okay, yes, hello. Good afternoon sa tanan, no? I hope you are happy with the results of the elections. No? Katatapos lang ng halalan 2022 and we have our new president. So for this meeting, we will discuss about the exercise number 5, which is the vector, which is this, a vector spatial analysis. So allow me to share my screen. Share. Okay, this is about the vector spatial analysis. So you can download the data on the link provided on our previous exercises, specifically this one, exercise 5, just right click and then download the folder, and then save it into your destination file, folder, and then don't forget to extract the files because this is a compressed form. So after downloading, let's proceed to the data folder. Now open your vector spatial analysis and then proceed to the data folder. So you have to check if you have the following files. Barangay boundary, this one, i-delete muna na ako ito. And city roads. The roads, the clip, delete muna na ako. So make sure you have this shape files. The barangay boundary of Butuan City, the buildings of Butuan City, shape files, as well as the Butuan City roads. So basically, tatlong ano lang to, 3 shape files with the associated files niya. After checking that all files are in, then you can open your QGIS. Start a new empty project. Save. Not responding. Okay. So after opening a new project, you can load the shape files you have checked earlier. So from the folder, add a vector layer, then navigate to your folder 149, exercise 5, vector spatial analysis, and then on the data. Here you can select is reshape files para ang mabilin lang yun diri sa imuhang Explorer are only the shape files, no? Yeah, that can be loaded into QGIS. So click all, no? Select everything and open so that it can be added in your QGIS. So this will be all of the shape files. You have the barangay boundary, so you have to drag this one to the bottom to display the buildings as well as the city roads. So technically, mao ni siya. No? This will, after loading all the data files, mao na inyong makita sa screen. Then next thing you have to do is to select the barangay where you belong. Itaon to nimo ang kung asa ka nga barangay na belong. Like for example, for me, I belong to Barangay Ampayon. So paitaan na ko ang Ampayon. Since kakatuod na ko kung asang Ampayon, this is Barangay Ampayon. Ini siya. Oops. This one. So muna ang Barangay Ampayon. But if you do not know the location, kung asa tapit imong barangay, you can use the query tool, this one. Select features using this one, by value. You click this down drop arrow and select features by value. After clicking, na kay may mugawas ng a new dialog box. Then on the barangay name, this one, you can type your barangay. For example, since it was selected already, ako ni unselect. It's not selected. So search ka diri og payon. And then select features. So it's selected automatically. Or try other barangays. For example, Nunong ba na? Or Libertad. So make sure sakto inyong spelling ha. Libertad and select features. Let's see if it's highlighted. So this is Barangay Libertad. Okay, going back to my barangay, Ampayon. Select features. So you can close this one. So now the barangay you belong is already selected. So the next thing you have to do is to make a shapefile for your barangay alone. So imo na i-save siya para ang mabilin nilang na barangay is only Barangay Ampayon. So once this is already selected, so you can right-click this one and then save as. Save as. Then write the file name. First, you have to browse and save your barangay on the outputs folder. So butanin mo siya og Ampayon. And then save. And do not forget to click this one, save only the selected features para ang ma-save only is the one you have selected. Okay, leave everything in default, click OK, and if you unselect this one, if you hide the barangay boundaries, what remains is the shapefile of Barangay Ampayon. Okay, right? Kuha na? So next thing you have to do is to change the symbology. So double click or right click Barangay Ampayon, and on the simple fill you can select this one, fill style. Pwede mo siya no brush, and then on the outline black, that's okay, and then outline width, increase the width into 0.5. This one, what you have to change is only the no brush, the outline width, and click apply. Okay. So if you notice, the shapefile of Barangay Ampayon is already changed. So if you are going to hide all files, ang mabilin is the Barangay Ampayon only. Okay. So the next thing you have to do is to clip all buildings, no, tanan building na naa sa Barangay Ampayon or barangay where you belong. So first thing you have to do is the next thing you have to do is to show the buildings of Butuan City. So pala siya tanan. So your goal is to clip only all the buildings that belong to Barangay Ampayon or to the barangay where you belong. So to do this, you will use the clipper tool on the Victor geoprocessing mo siya. Okay, geoprocessing tool. Then select clip. The input layer will be the buildings. So mao ni siya ang atong kuhaan og data. And the clip layer is your barangay Ampayon. Then you save a file and save into your directory. building. Okay, vector spatial analysis and the outputs folder. Select, you save it as buildings, the barangay. Pa yun. Save. And then you click run. So the algorithm is now processing. Once it's done, it will prompt you that it's already clipped. So let's check if na-clip ba yun niya ang mga buildings. So you will hide this layer, kining buildings +1. Okay, ang nabilin are the clip, no? Barangay Ampayon. This is the temporary file. So atong i-load ang atong gi-save yun nga clip files. These are the buildings. Ampayon, open. So ato ni siyang i-remove. So buildings, dapat buildings. This bilang BLDG. Never mind. Ato saan siya i-rename. Rename BLG na buildings. Ito na lang. Buildings Ampayon. Okay. So you now have the buildings in Barangay Ampayon. The next thing is to clip is the Butuan City roads. So may mga roads. So these lines represent the road network of Butuan City. So next thing you have to clip is the roads that belongs to your barangay. So the same process, vector and geoprocessing tool, clip, and then for the input layer will be atong i-clip, which are the city roads. And then the clip layer is the same, Barangay Ampayon. Then you save to file. The same roads. Ampayon. Save and run. Let's check if it's clipped. Okay, so nabilin ang mga roads that are within Barangay Ampayon. So kung siya i-remove, unpulihan na to atong i-save na to na file, which is the roads of Barangay Ampayon. Open and okay. So it's up to you. You can change the symbology. Pwede na ito gamitin ng roads. Color. So my colors are roads. Usually these are brown or orange. Apply. And okay. Now you have the barangay buildings and barangay roads. Okay. This is CSU. Okay. So I think it's ready already. Pwede natin na siya ipang remove ang dili na kinahanglan na Butuan City buildings, remove, and city roads, remove. Okay. Next thing we have to do is to lay out our map. So i-layout na to siya na dapat your final output will be something like this. Oops, no, sorry. This one. This one. So this will be our final map. We have your barangay, barangay where you belong, then the other details. This is the vicinity map and overlay, and then the title. So dapat na siya. Okay, so let's proceed. Before proceeding to the print composer, let's save our project. Save sa nato dahil basin na mag-brown out. So save, and then on your outputs folder, exercise 5, then outputs folder, you save the exercise as exercise exer 5 underscore your family name. Save. Okay, so it's now saved. Then you can now open itong print composer. So since this is a new file, so you have to select the new print composer and write anything. Okay, first we will add the map we generated on QGIS. So add new map. You can drag and drag. Okay. And then we can add another map para diri siya an inset map. So mag-drag na po diri mag-add. And then okay. And okay, I think that's okay for now. Natay map 1 and map 2. So let's configure our map 1. In the item properties, natay scale nga 44,000. So ato ni siyang, kay gamay man imuhang mapa, ato ni siyang padakuon. Para siya mudako, atong i-decrease ang number of the scale. This is 44,000. So let's try 30,000. Okay, dako na siya. Then we will move item content para ma-center. Diba? So we can try, say, 25,000. Okay, dako na. Say 20,000. To make it clear. Okay, dako ra kay siya. Okay, so we will stay with 25,000. So we can 25,000. And then we can go back to our QGIS. Ito ganina. And let us manipulate some of the details of your map. Atong unahon is ito siya ni height. First thing to manipulate will be the roads of Ampayon. No? Ato siyang i-design that the roads which are national highway is different from kanang barangay roads or mga roads that are secondary. No, lain siya itsura. So we can use this one in vector and then geoprocessing and then variable distance buffer. Butang ito siya buffer ang different types of roads. Okay. Checking on our roads Ampayon, ato siya tanawon unsay sulod sa iyang attribute table. So sa iyang attribute table or the information na siya ID, etc. Width, and sa width, makita na ito nga na siya 15 and the others are 10, 15, 10. So this is the variable. This will be the variable that we're going to use for so you have a variable distance buffer. Close. Then select our input layer in roads of Ampayon. Then the distance field will be katong width. Okay, lang to width. And then we will select the dissolved results. So segments, pwede na ito siya increase into 10. Then, do not forget to click the dissolve result. Okay, so let's try to run the algorithm and see what happens. So run. So as you can see, Now, if you're going to enlarge the map, kining mga national highways, which are 15 meters, usually ang iyang width were changed into mas dako siya og width kumpara sa mga roads that are feeder roads or secondary roads. Diba? So this is the national highway. If you can notice nga kuan siya mas lapad compared to the roads nga nasa sulod. So this is a variable distance buffer. Then we can change again our symbology or the color. Actually, ang color niya sa roads are, it's loading again. Okay na po, the orange. But you can choose other colors ha. Sa ako orange na akong ganahan. Karon. Click apply and okay. So na siya. So you can close this roads of Ampayo. Then for the buildings, if ganahan ka sa mga buildings, ang kulay, so you can leave it as is. Pero pag di ganahan, pwede na mo i-change ang color. So ganahan ka o red, ayan ang red. Okay, pangit ay say blue. Change apply and outline is blue ra gyapon para pan siya. The same. Kasi man apply. Okay. So muna siya ang mga buildings in Barangay Ampayon. Okay. So we have manipulated our vector data. Pwede ito i-adjust siya. That's manipulation. Then we can go back to our composer. So para ma-change na siya, ma-apply, we will only click this one. Refresh view. Then, okay. So it's refresh. Then checking our output supposedly. So na itsura niya, no? So next thing we have to do for map 0 is to add katong mga details. Just dyan. Okay. So map 0, we can add the grids. So add, and then select frames and annotations only. Then for CRS, pwede nato i-select ang zone 51N. No? So para it should be in meters. Then interval will be 500. Let's see kung magawas mo siya. Then later, then grid frame. Asa mo butang interior. So pwede interior, pwede exterior. For me, I will select interior. So at a distance of 500 nga interval, so maani kadaghan nga to ang tick marks. We can increase the interval into 1 kilometer or 1,000. So, okay. I think that's fine. And move to center. Then draw coordinates. So gawas din siya. And then on the coordinates, pili to. Is this decimal? Okay, decimal. Sa left, we will select outside or inside frame. Since inside ang ato ang kuan, tick marks, pwede na to ibutang sa inside frame. And then, same with our previous, we will use vertical ascending. And then, for the precision, this is the number of decimal points. So, put na siya into 0. Okay. So, configure the others. So, right, inside frame, and then vertical descending. The top is inside frame. And on the bottom is inside frame. Sure, we can still decrease this one. So 20, let's try 22,000. Okay, dako na. So 22,000. But still, depending na sa inyong na, the scale will depend on your barangay. Okay, if your barangay is quite small, no, having a scale of 22,000 is different from Ampayon. So gamay yung barangay, so gamay na po niya itsura. So you might as well increase the scale inyong pa gamyan para mudako ang image. So for me, since barangay, since I belong to Ampayon, I will choose the scale of 22,000. And then center my map. Okay. Next, these two, we'll have a frame. Okay, a frame. The background is okay na. Then we will add katong north arrow. Add an image. Then this is picture. It's a picture. Search on directories. It will load. So once loaded, then so you can select your north arrow. So, kini akong piliyon is depende. So, kini lang ako taraw. Kini lang. Okay. Bakit hiwi? Kaya wala na siyang mapa niya. With this one, hiwi siya. Then let's balik po sa QGIS. Kaya nakakuan siya. Naka-rotate. Map 0. Na-rotate niya. Map rotation is 1 degree. So 0 na siya. Okay. Kaya pala, hiwi. Okay, so refresh. Okay. Okay, so that's okay. This one. Okay. Medyo tabing iyapon kamay, no? But never mind. Siya ikuan. It's still pointing towards the north. Then looking on our output is this one. So back to the map 0. So if you think it's okay already, then you can lock the layers. Lock layers and then lock style for the layers. So let's proceed to lock then a map 0 and proceed to map 1. So map 1, we will go back to our exercise folder. Check again. Okay. Then we will show barangay boundary. And then hide this one as well as the buffer. So let's go back to our composer and refresh the map. Check what's happened. Okay. Then, since ako lang siya, ito nang i-increase ang map. So let's try 120,000. Okay. Add 0. Magamay na po. 500,000. Make it 400. Then center na to. Okay. I think okay na siya, 400,000. Then you can put frame as well as an overview. Add overview. Then the map frame that we will base will be our map 0. So kamatang na siya. So kanang square, this one stands for tining a square. Okay. And para ma-highlight pa yun na ito na ang imong barangay, you might as well, okay, answer lang this one. We have Ampayon, you change the color of Ampayon into something, say, yellow or red. So let's try red, apply, okay. Simple fill. Red, this is no brush. Matalaan mo no brush siya. Ito siya ang solid. And it's not dili mo ni red. Ito red yun. Kining a red. Apply. And okay. So red na imong Ampayon for your barangay. And then you have to refresh them up. Yan naka. Makita na nimo ang imong barangay for Butuan City. So you add here the title of this one. Ano, not add map. Wrong. Add label. So ito ko siya o Butuan City. And the font will increase to say 12. The font, wala yung font, pwede siya Arial. Arial. Pag-apon. Center. So, pwede na. Okay, next, check again on our output is to add the levels, the administrative boundary of Barangay Ampayon. You add label, then right here. Administrative boundary of Barangay Ampayon. Ano ba yan? Barangay Ampayon. Then, this one, CRS WGS84. CRS that we used kanina is CRS is WGS 84 and zone 51 N. UTM, Universal Transverse Mercator. UTM zone 51N. Then, the area obviously WGS84. We increase the font from lagay natin na 14. This one, i-change po nato into 14 also. Okay. And then we center everything. And stretch this one. And stretch. Then we add frame. So gamay ra gyapon siya, no? We might as well increase the font by 22. Ang dako siya. Okay na ba? Pangit man. 20 lang. Okay. Okay na. So we're almost done. Ang ano na lang kulang is the area. So what are we going to put on the area? So pila may area ani niya. Going back to our QGIS. Here, Barangay Ampayon. We right click and check its attribute table and kung naabay area. So the area in hectare is 643.41. Yung una man is 643. Wala man yung ganina, be. Let's check. Masin ay ako na load. From the original data, another siya area. Ampayon is okay. So since area is already given, just click on the attribute table and copy this one, 643.41. Then go back to our this one. Area is 643.41 hectares. Okay. Clear? Okay na siguro siya. So again, let's check if hawayong basa itong kuwan, kung parehas ba. Okay, pwede na. So once you are satisfied with your map already, ang scale pwede na ito dilibutan kay this is already a scale na. So what ani this is 1 kilometer, 75, so 76, a difference of 1,000 meters. So this is 1 kilometer. Okay, that's it for now. So this is all about the vector manipulation. Although daghan pa gyud siya mga pwede na ito buhaton, but for the meantime kini lang sa atong as an exercise. So next thing is to save the file, export as image, and then save it on your map as a mantulapit. 149 vector spatial analysis outputs folder, JPEG format. This is the map of Ampayon. Ampayon underscore the Sarmiento. Ito itong pangalan dari. So check, change ang font, 18 lang siguro. And then butang nato atong pangalan, mapper or GIS analysis by R. Roger T. Sarmiento. Vertical alignment, so middle na to para balance. Balance on left and right and balance on top and below. Okay, so I think that's it. We're ready to save our map. So export as image, save on our folder, outputs folder, then map of Ampayon underscore RT Sarmiento. Save and change this one into 300 lang, 500 lang. 500 dot per inch. Save. wait until it's done processing. Madali lang ni siya because wala kayo details ng atong map, so you can check your outputs. Outputs. This is map of Ampayon, Artist Sarmiento. Okay, open with itong i-open siya using loading na pod. Open with Office Picture Manager. So any application will do as long as makita ni mo imuhang. So this is the output. Uy, pangit man, wala lagi. Mali, kay wala siya ni gawas. Dapat na siya. So let's try to resave our work. So muna i-counter check din mo, kay sometimes dili niya ma-save ang uban ng details. Save again. Okay. Save as. Replace it. Let's try 400 dot per inch. Save and wait for the prompt. Close. Let's check kung na-save ba ito. Refresh. I think na po problema. Wala siya ni-save. What happened? So may bug siya, no? It should save the entire screen. What seems to be your problem? Nawala siya. Okay, balik ka dito sa gi-hide na nato. That's why. So again, ato siyang i-refresh. So nawala siya ganina because on our QGIS, we hide the barangay boundary of Butuan. So although makita nato na siya, but in reality, wala gyud na siya, no? Kay on our QGIS, it was hidden. That's why every time you save your map, you click refresh, no? Because when you see refresh, whatever you have in your QGIS will be reflected in your composer. Okay, refresh, sphere, and save again. Click na siya. Replace, say 500. Actually, I select 500 nga DPI, no, because if you have a lower DPI, medyo blurry ang picture. If you increase the DPI into 500, medyo crispier siya. Then, if you increase it into 1,000, mas nindot siya og output. Unfortunately, it would take a lot of memory, no, sa inyong computer. That's why 500 is already okay. Check again on our outputs. So, maganda na siya. So, okay. So, that ends our lecture for today. Hindi lang siya taman. So, you can submit this file using our LMS. Again, wala pa yapon ka check, but do not worry. Okay, i-check nyo na siya if I have finished itong mga ginabit yun akong deadline. So for our exercise 5, natay line-line nga mga mapa, no? Because we belong to different barangays. Some are in, some in Ampayon, some are Nadria, some are actually napalit from other provinces, no? So if you are from other provinces, instead of using the Butuan City alone nga map, I will include the map of the entire Philippines na lang. Ibutan na ko ang tibuok Pilipinas nga barangay. But the problem is wala siya mga buildings and wala siya roads. So for this exercise na lang siguro, para dili ta maglisod, you can select any barangay na lang, that is within Butuan City. Bisan pag dili ka taga Butuan, so you can select any barangay na lang na naa sa Butuan City. Understood? Although na may processes that you can download this roads, buildings from OpenStreetMap, OSM, but that's another activity. Medyo, although dali naman siya, but it would take time yapon. Dali lang siya in the process, but it would take time depending on your internet connection, because you are going to download the data from the OpenStreetMap. So, dili na siya scope sa ato ang activity karon. So again, if you are not from Butuan City, you can select any barangay within Butuan City and do the following. Okay, I think that's all for today, and okay, thank you, and see you for the next lecture, next activity. Thank you, and good afternoon. Stop share and